Y'all gonna try to herd all them kids?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
All right.
What a blessing.
All right, come on. Somebody get a picture of this this morning. If you've got a camera handy, make sure Graham's in the picture too.
Yes.
From back there, it might not be safe to bring him up here. This doesn't look safe to me at all. Ryan's going to family photographer. Here comes Andy. He's going to make a shot. Boy, look at everybody. Hey, I got my red sweater on, and I got a green scarf here. I look like a big fat Christmas elf. We're getting your picture, so smile. You know how to pose.
Look like you're happy to be here.
Make sure Graham, he's back there too. He doesn't know what all this is about yet, though. I heard Laney is a little sick.
She's a little under the weather, coughing and sniffling.
All right. Okay, I understand all that. Let's not forget her. Say a prayer for Laney. She'd like to be here.
Yes, she would.
Well, I started to say, what can I do with all this? I could say, you must pay the rent. You ever, I can't pay the rent. But you must pay the rent.
Yeah.
But I can't pay the rent. I'll pay the rent. Not you. Curses. Foiled again. That's really funnier at the dinner table, I guess, when you're using a napkin. Anyway. Good looking group. Well, I've got a scarf, a green scarf, and I want you to notice that it doesn't have any holes in it. No holes. Harper, I don't know if I can do.
She's fixing to go up there.
Well, she blew it from there. You want to come up here and do it? Come up here. This is our thing. You ready? Okay, here we go.
You ready?
Everybody's got to learn their part in the magic act. Very good. Very good. We went over to the Buells last night. The grown-up Buells had a romantic evening out. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. Trying to keep the flame alive. Fanning and everything. It's tough, ain't it? Takes a lot more money than it used to. And good food and candlelight. Remember that? Not much. Valentine's, I love you. You know, I've got, this is really about the message that I'm going to be preaching about. Jesus said, he's talking about rich people. I don't know any, do you? But it says, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into heaven. So I mean, it's pretty tough. As a matter of fact, it's impossible if he's going to count on being a rich man. Well, I've got this handkerchief, and what I want to talk to you is about, you know, I want to live down here, and then the Bible talks about us, that God wants us to one day come to heaven and be with Him. Now, I've got something in my pocket here. Let me see if I can find it. Now, this is not a needle, but you use it with a needle. Look right there. Do you see that on my end of my finger? It's a little red bob, and it's called a sewing thimble. It's a thimble. And I learned from my grandmother how to play thimble, thimble, who's got the thimble? That's what I thought a thimble was for hiding and then finding, like hide and seek with a thimble, with a person. It's about a thimble instead of a person. And what a thimble is for is when you're sewing on something, you would put this back behind the cloth that you're sewing on, and when you put the needle into the cloth, you don't put it into your finger. This protects you, keeps you from getting hurt by the needle poking. That's a needle right there. Put thread in it, and that's how this is all sewn up, probably on a machine, but a lot of people know how to sew just using a needle and thread and a thimble. And what I want to do, let me show you what I'd like to do is I'd like to, look there, there's that thimble right there. And I'm going to put it in this handkerchief right there. And even though there's not a hole in that handkerchief, I'd like for this thimble to go through it. Kind of like trying to get into heaven, you know, kind of like trying to do the impossible. Now, I think I know how to do it, but it's going to take some doing. Right, here's what I'm going to do. Let me show you. I'm going to make this go through this. And I want you to watch me very carefully, okay? I'm just going to make a finger like that. Put that right up underneath there. And then I'm going to go up underneath there. There. All right, now watch. No holes. 1, 2, 3. Look at there. That thimble it's gone all the way through. It was on my finger. It's still on my finger. But there it is. There it is. Now, what I'd like to do is did you see the way that I did that? I don't know if you saw that or not. But let me try it one more time. It's doing the impossible. Now watch. Can you see it? No holes. Nope. And the thimble's on the finger. Watch. There it is. Did it work? You look very mystified. Well, I'll tell you right now, Jesus is the only way we're ever going to get to heaven. Any other way is impossible. And there's no trick or no magic that you and I can do that's going to get us into heaven. Nothing that you and I can do is going to get us to live forever with God one day. It has to be through Jesus. So that doesn't have anything to do much with the needle, but I'm going to be talking with our folks about that. I know most of you, some going to the nursery and some going to children's church in just a little while, but we're so glad to have you here with us today, okay? All right, you can go back and sit with your folks. We're glad you're here today. All right, straight to the nursery. If our ushers would come forward then. Brother Andy has tagged you. Andy helped us today, have posted some extra pictures of the Christmas boxes being distributed, and those kids are having Christmas, and so we're so excited about that, and so happy that made an arrival.